The art and craft of salami making is a serious Italian tradition and typically passed down from generation to generation. Creminelli Fine Meats in Salt Lake City is no exception. Cristiano Creminelli, one of the 3 founders and chief artisans at Creminelli, learned the craft of salumi making from his father, growing up in Bella, Italy, before transplanting to Utah and eventually blessing our state with his exceptional age-old skill set.
So what began in Utah as a small batch made by a hand salami company has literally exploded in the last decade. Though they're as committed as ever to making small batches under the careful watch of Cristiano and his team, they're teasing out just the right amount of cultures to create snacks and treats you can find, not just in almost every restaurant and specialty market in Utah, but now you can find Creminelli Fine Meats on restaurant menus and on grocery store shelves in any major city all over the United States.
We cannot wait to learn the recipe to their success.
You know, Taste Utah, it's more than a typical food series.
Oh, that's right, Jami. It's about local flavor, from roots through unique, authentically Utah restaurants.
Oh, absolutely. It's the people, the places that make Utah a dining destination.
We love it because there's so much soil and earth to uncover, but still so many great Utah restaurants to savor.
Well, that's just it. We bring the stories and we spread the love.
The best thing about Utah, the views along the way, they're not bad either.
We're not afraid to get our hands just a little dirty.
Food is a necessity, but it's how we create it and share it and experience it together that really shapes our community.
You always have a seat at our table.
Are you ready to taste Utah?
Jami, we have been waiting through 5 seasons of Taste Utah to be where we are today, which is
So true.
Creminelli
Yes.
Fine Meats. We're kind of out by the airport, but we won't give the exact address and the key to the kingdom. Well, I guess just the key to get in.
The salami kingdom, I'm all for that. I mean, Creminelli really has put Utah on the map, and we're gonna meet the king himself, Mr. Creminelli. You ready?
Just can't wait.
All right,
Let's do it, girl.
let's get in there.
Good.
Katy, Jami, welcome to the Salami land.
This is like better than Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This is the land of cured meats.
No one
Oh, yeah.
has ever said that to me in my life. Welcome to Salami Land.
It's not really common, but it's very nice. You will see, like it's a very nice place.
We have been wanting to do this for so long, so just thank you for allowing us
Thanks for coming.
this insider treat.
Yeah, I mean, really to meet you, Mr. Creminelli himself, and to see inside this incredible production.
Let's go.
All right,
Let's go. Will be fun.
Lead the way. Cool, Jami, let's gear up. Safe food practices are key.
You got it. A little hairnet never scared me.
This tour you take us on backwards for
Yeah.
sanitation purposes.
Yeah, this is the big problem.
Okay.
You know, we work with bacteria, so the environment is designed to grow bacteria.
Okay.
So this is why we don't want to take bacteria from the outside to the inside.
Okay.
And this is why we start for the finished product and then we walk to the raw product. Just because, you know, in this way, we are not going to take bacteria from the area, let's say, with the fresh meat to the area where the final product is ready to eat.
But this is interesting because there is bacteria involved in making salami, though,
Oh, yeah,
right?
a lot.
But it has to be the right bacteria.
Yep.
Okay, and that's not the right bacteria.
No, the one outside usually
Okay.
not. But
Got
you
it.
never know. You can maybe we can test and see.
But
new salami.
another day. Okay.
No, not today.
Okay.
But for now, we're in sort of what you would say is the packaging area. of
Yeah, this
Creminelli.
one is just a packaging area. So you will see that the factory is really filled with salumi. We don't have really a space for keep the pallets ready to be sold. So
Okay.
here is just an area where we put the pallets and then put in the truck and go where we
I
actually.
mean, these pallets are huge. So if you were to lift up one of those, you'd
Yeah.
see some salami.
Yeah, yeah, you
Oh
can
my
see.
gosh, yeah, look at that.
And these
all
are
salami.
ready to go.
They're
This
Ready to
is,
go.
you
This
know,
one they are ready to be pre-sliced in this
Okay,
case. You know,
okay.
usually we
Heavy.
peel and we put in vacuum and then we send it to the pre-sliced facility.
Okay.
So we're going to slice and make little tray.
Okay.
They're heavier than I would think.
Yeah, they're heavier. They look, but they're really heavier. Like they're.
You like sword fight with them, no? So now here we are.
In a warmer area, because here
yeah.
usually it's very cold. And here is where you can see actually the machinery who make the salami, who age the salami. They are made in Italy, just because you know the technology in Italy for making salami is a little bit more advanced, let's say, because salami in Italy is big. And they have a name.
They have names.
Oh yeah, this
Okay.
one is La Nina, La Pinta, and La Santa Maria.
Oh, I love
Like the three caravelle. Basically, it's going to make a microclimate, the microclimate you want inside the aging room. Okay. Yeah, and I tell you, like they're really good engine. You see there is big piping arriving from the roof because it sucks the air from the outside.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons we choose Salt Lake City. Here the climate is so dry, so for most part of the year, we can work just with the outside environment without using the electricity. So we can be a little bit more green, and we like a lot the idea.
So it's more about dryness than humidity?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the salami itself, they have
Has to
ton
be-
of humidity. So what you want to do is just taking out
of course.
humidity.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
it need to be not a short process, but it's going to take weeks, months, depends on the size of the salami. There is some salami, they're going to stay inside the aging room for 4 or 5 months, so for a long time.
Cristiano, do these engines have any other significance to you as far as?
They seem like they might be expensive.
They are expensive. And if I tell you, this is why we name. Because when we start, I have 2 business partners, Chris and Jared, and we need to buy 3 engines. We have 3 cars. We sell the 3 cars and we buy the 3 engines. So we are really aficionated to this kind of engine, I tell you.
He sold his car.
Yeah, it was the only way, you know, our budget was really, really small, so the only way was to sell the
You
car.
sacrificed your car.
Yeah, but then we bought a new one, so after a little bit. Okay, here we are. Welcome to the aging area.
Okay.
Probably the more interesting area of the facility.
Yeah. I can smell something.
And you can see ton of product.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of salami here.
This is so
Yeah.
cool.
So this is
I like to
awesome.
think
This
if you
is
stay
great.
inside here, you know, and something arrives, you can probably survive for a couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it will be a little bit boring
Yeah.
on the same diet, but if you need to choose one, this one will be not.
Bombshell.
Not
We're
bad.
coming to Creminelli. What do we have? What's hanging in here?
Usually this kind of salami we call the small format, and it's all for diameter. So small format usually means it's 5 centimeters of diameter.
Okay.
So usually this salami they age in 5 weeks.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, it's not really a lot. People usually think it take more time.
Yeah.
But it's a question of diameter. So
Okay.
more you go big, and more time
longer.
you need to
Oh,
wait.
makes sense.
I'm thinking charcuterie boards, right?
Yeah.
Is that what this is really, these are really for? Or, and what's the difference between what you're doing here and like a pepperoni?
The difference is incredible. It's a
Okay.
wonderful question.
Because this is not pepperoni.
No.
Okay.
Pepperoni is almost a cooked meat. So let's say when they stuff the pepperoni, they put in aging room and drying room, but they go to 140 degrees.
Wow.
So it's really, really warm. It's almost cooked.
And this is not cooked
No.
at all.
This
Like
one
that's
is
something you
maximum.
have to like get your mind around. That
Exactly.
It's being cured, but it's
Yeah.
not cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do what we call a sweet fermentation. It's going to take like day before they ferment it really well, between 3 to 4 days. Pepperoni is a question of 3-4 hours because the temperature is really high.
Just cook it.
So the bacteria, they react really fast. These bacteria, they takes time because the temperature is a little bit lower than normal, so it takes a little bit of time before they ferment it, but the result is totally different. I don't want to tell you it's better one or the other one.
Right.
They're two
Okay.
different products.
Yeah, fermented meats. I kind of love that idea because that's what you're doing, right? You're creating the perfect environment for bacteria to do their work. So you have all these employees in your company, but then you have billions of employees.
Oh, that we don't even see.
exactly.
Yeah.
In the salami.
I love it. I
Small
love
guy,
it.
they're all working for us
Yeah.
and working hard.
They're doing the best they can, the best job, because the best salami,
cool.
we all know, it's Creminelli. Okay, wait, so there are 3 different fermentation rooms?
Yeah, and they're all varying in temperatures and create nuances at every step of the process.
Okay, so these are the rooms that are actually powered by those 3 engines, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Yeah, I love that. And they're incrementally drying out the salumi.
Okay, they actually cure the meat, removing moisture at different temperatures in the process.
You got it.
Ah, gotcha. That's probably why there's all the different smell.
Exactly.
Here we are. This one is the biggest one, the biggest aging room we have.
Okay.
You can see 220 carts inside.
Wow.
And each cart have 900 pounds of salami on top. So there is a little bit of salami.
I was gonna say, I keep wondering, where is the salami?
You find that they're really different in smell.
It smells different in here.
Yeah.
without
Yeah,
a
here it's
doubt.
more like a bakery. It's more like yeast.
Yeah.
This one they are older.
They're the oldest.
And this is
It's
why
mature.
the smell
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Because when they come out from the fermentation room, there is a lot of acidity, so you really smell a lot of acid.
Yeah.
Here is actually, they are already lose most of the water and the smell change. So this salami, I bet they're probably like more than 4 or 5 weeks old for sure.
Okay.
And you can see actually some big one, like I tell you before.
Yeah.
This one is actually not really old. It was made September, the first week of September.
Okay.
So it's probably need to stay here for a little bit more.
Now these little tags tell you.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just like a barcode, but.
Exactly. Yeah, there is a couple of information
Okay.
you can read, like the week where we stuff the salami, and you can know like where the meat is arriving, what kind of spice there is inside, when you start to stuff, when you start to aging, all the information we need to be sure we are able to trace every single piece.
Wow.
Why? Because now if you think like it's also a very old process. Was the first salami was made during the Roman Empire. Yeah, and what they learned, the Roman learned from the French, from the Gaul. Actually, if you take the meat and you put the meat under the sun and you dehydrated the meat actually you have a longer shelf life. So this is what they start to do. They start to grind the meat, put under the sun, but then they do what we call right now a cross-contamination. They touch the cheese and they touch the meat, then transfer the bacteria from the cheese to the meat, and they did the first fermentation.
They did the first fermentation.
Contamination
It was a
led to
cross-contamination.
fermentation.
That's
crazy,
so
but
cool.
yeah.
Okay.
And here we are.
Ah, in the production facility.
Yeah, a little bit colder, a little bit more humid. But here is where we don't want warm temperature because we still have fresh meat.
Yeah.
So
And it's like it's a one giant refrigerator.
yeah, exactly. It's not super fun if you need to stay here all the day, but believe me, after a couple of months become your normal temperature.
Right.
And then it's a problem when you go outside because you start to sweat because it's always too hot.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, let's go see some salamis being
Yeah.
stuffed. Okay.
Yeah, the process is, the one for the big salami is very automated, let's say. For the small salami it's more manual, but yeah, and it's interesting the color of the meat because when they stuff the meat become a little bit stressed. So you see this kind of white color. As soon as they touch the cell with a little bit of warm, become like bright red, like a regular meat.
What is the casing? What kind of collagen is it made from?
Usually it's made from cartilage. Usually it's arriving from this part of the animal. In this case, it's cow.
Oh, okay. So
It's
the
totally
ear.
edible.
Yeah.
But usually people don't eat. They peel. But you can use also actually real casing, like real intestine.
You can, yeah.
There's a lot of salami that are made with the real one, and there is a lot also that are made with plastic. The problem with the plastic is the plastic don't breathe, so the quality of the salami with the plastic usually is not really good. With let's say natural ingredients, natural casing, it's totally different. It's breathing well, so the salami inside is able to lose the acidity, there's all the kind of like extra water and everything, so at the end will be a lot better. Yeah, you put the case in the side, there is a metal detector. go this way, and then they shoot.
The meat's all in there, huh?
Yeah,
I mean,
meat
you
go
can see
inside,
it, yeah.
and then basically they shoot the salami. Salami, they are not really salami for now. They are just meat.
Yeah.
But they will be salami.
There'll be salami soon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Are they, they're pouring in some more meat,
yeah.
huh?
You can see right now.
There it goes. What
Inside is like a big mixer with big ends. Yeah, you're welcome to go too if you want. Like, yeah, it's like a mixer. So it's mixing the meat
It's
and
like a
pushing
big
the meat in the
mixer.
roll, where actually this the grinder will chop everything. Then go on top of the conveyor belt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
More blades. More blades.
Yeah.
More mix.
and here
Okay.
like the meat is coming out from this big head. And usually go inside these things, you see there is like a lot of little stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So they keep the meat separate. Then from here fall on top of the conveyor belt.
Okay.
And this machinery is usually full with spice and salt. So sprinkle the spice on top and then go into the mixer.
Okay.
And the mixer is going to mix the meat in a perfect way. And then, exactly. At the end, it's a very simple process. It's not really complicated.
Cristiano, the moment has arrived for
Oh,
Katie
yeah.
and I to taste, shall we say?
Sans hairnet, sans lab coat.
It'll be free on the
We're so
moment.
free, yeah. And there's so many varieties that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you have for us first
This
and
one is,
foremost?
the first one is a wild boar salami.
Okay.
So let's take out the casing. It's a particular salami, usually in Italy is made in the area of Tuscany, where the board is easier to find.
Oh, really?
Okay.
It's a really tasty salami, but the interesting part, a lot of people don't know, the gaminess of the wild boar is usually in the fat. So what we do here at Creminelli, we just grind the lean of the board, and then we put fatti's belly, pig belly, pork belly.
I mean, look at you slicing
Yeah.
through that. It's like butter.
I know.
You know, it's
So
amazing.
comfortable. So this is a blend?
It's a blend.
Okay.
It's, the fat is
I want to make
pork.
sure I got that.
Yeah.
Okay. You're having us. I mean, we're tasting like I don't know, the wildest flavor
Yes.
first. You really believe in us, huh?
But it isn't super gamey, which is
Really?
nice. It really is more rich and flavorful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more flavorful, I would say, than like a traditional just pork salami, but it's really, really, it's really rich. It's
And
good.
this is the fat, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, you should, like, a lot of people ask me, like, can you do a salami without fat? It's basically impossible, and I tell you why. Because the lean become, after the aging, become really dry and really hard. So the only way to have a nice and texture, nice flavor, nice texture, is to put some fat.
You have to.
To keep a little bit of humidity.
Cristiano, what's the casing?
This one, in this case, is collagen.
Okay.
Is arriving from various parts of animal, like cartilagen. This one, in this case, is beef collagen.
Okay. And you can eat it, but it's better to peel it off.
You know, I like to tell to everybody, it's like you eat a banana. Can you eat a banana without peeling? Sure.
I've never tried it.
I find,
you
can. But it's probably not the best solution,
Yeah.
you know, and
So
strange
this
people.
is the casalinga.
Yeah, casalingo means made at home in Italian.
Beautiful.
great.
Very
name.
simple salami, just with a little bit of salt and pepper. Is probably the most versatile salami. Is a salami you can eat like in a sandwich. You can do a little bit of cube and put inside your salad. There is a lot of people they wait until it's very hard and then they grate on top of the lasagna. You know, it's very, very versatile. And I'm big, huge fan of the Barolo.
Barolo
And I
is
have a ton of friends working in the wine business. This one is actually a Barolo from a friend. And it's a salami made in my hometown, again, I'm from Piedmont.
That's okay. This one I'm really excited about because
This is
fennel,
fennel, yeah.
you just
Oh, yeah.
can't go wrong.
Beautiful.
Yeah, fennel, you know, fennel is, a lot of people think like a fennel salami is more particular from the south of Italy. It's actually a very particular area of the Tuscany.
Yeah.
And Tuscany is very famous for the finocchiona, just because fennel was very easy to find, and this is what they put inside the salami.
You can see it. You can see it in the
Yes, you
salami.
can.
Oh yeah,
It's really,
because
really cool.
there is fennel seed and there is fennel pollen. The fennel seed, the fennel pollen is the one deliver most of the flavor. The fennel seed actually they are nice because when you see and when you come in your mouth and you see this kind of hard,
Yes.
is actually is pleasant to the palate. let's
Yes.
say.
I think that might be my favorite.
And it enhances
alive.
the flavor of the meat, which is so extraordinary.
You know, this is something like we are really proud, and you can see in every single our label, is humanely raised animal.
Yeah.
And believe me, I know when I talk about all these things, people feel like, what means? They are animal, they are sensitive. If they live a wonderful life, they're going to produce a wonderful meat. It's very simple, it's this way, you know?
Yeah. It's an extraordinary process to think about what goes into making just one of these salamis. When you think about the way that the farmer raised the animal, and you think about even the way that it was slaughtered, and then the way that it's shipped here, and then the way that you take care of it, and then age it and care for it. It's this beautiful synergy, and I think one of the things we love about Taste Utah, just in general, is this ability to recognize how important that collaboration and network is, and you're doing a fantastic job here.
Thanks so much. Like Utah is amazing for this kind of things because we have a lot of farmers. They actually don't cut any corner. They like what they do and they do in the right way.
Well, it's amazing, and we are extraordinarily proud of you and just honored and privileged to be in your company and to have you as a part of our amazing community in Utah, purveyors who are passionate and care and who really feel like they are putting their heart and soul out in front of you when they give you their delicious wares.
Thanks a lot. It's actually an honor to be visited by you guys, so thanks so much for coming.
Sweet.
Cristiano, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And now, let's do a little party.
Where's the truffles? Where's the Barolo?
There is also some wine in some place, but don't tell to anybody.